Shing shing. Chick-fil-A TCG. It's a great day here at the LA Regionals. I'm Chick-fil-A behind the camera, and I have David here with me.
One Piece TCG IRL.
Yep. And we're doing a dual profile with Wedge.
Hey, how's it going?
Top 32 for the Laker Croc, or yellow-purple Croc. Pretty much a hero in everyone's eyes at this point. And we're just going to go over the deck profile and get his thoughts on the day. But Wedge, go ahead.
Yeah, so I have some questions. Why Laker Croc out of all the other leaders that you could have played today?
So, well, one, Laker Croc's my favorite deck. Love it. Been playing it since 04. It's super fun. You know, it's kind of like one of the only control style decks that have like existed in the game. You know, like we had Queen, you know, back on release, and kind of, I guess you could consider like Grape Dofi like that. But you know, this is also like another control deck, but with Okama Way being printed and Katakuri kind of being on the decline. This deck actually has like a reason to exist, at least in my opinion. But yeah, you know, I mostly want to play because it's my favorite deck, and you know, I felt that my matchups into yellow would be really good. I know Whitebeard might actually see a non-zero number of players, and this deck clears Whitebeard pretty easily. And you know, I was just pray that that black players don't know my matchup.
Great. Go ahead. Yeah, for this video, I did want to say we're not going to like read through any of the cards. You guys should already know what these cards do, but I'll have some cards on the screen here. But what's your question, David?
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that you had a bad matchup against Katakuri. That's why, or was it?
Well, so I mean,
you're saying that it has less
before Okama Way and like Hikinojo and Bond Clay and all that stuff like that got printed, you just fold the 10 mom. That's you can't be a control deck with 10 mom in existence. Right. So that's pretty much just the bottom line. But now with this stuff, you can actually beat like double 10 mom pretty decently. You have a shot. It's not a non-zero chance to win. If not, I actually kind of favor it a little bit more now.
Nice. So you don't even mind having Katakuri in the meta if it was more represented?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great. One thing I want to say about this deck that's really strong is that it is like kind of the rogue factor that actually happens.
100%.
But on top of that, you know, it is. I mean, just being that fact that it's control and it's. It's purple. Purple has a lot of good cards.
We do.
So with that, let's actually just jump into the profile. Yes. We'll go card by card.
Okay.
And what did you run today?
All right. So I like to consider this list a stock, like a pretty stock, like purple yellow Croc. There's nothing super fancy or whatever. So we're just gonna go right into the meat. So first off, we have 4 Miss Valentine. It's your searcher. Mm-hmm. It helps you grab for your key pieces, your Bond Clays or Miss Wednesdays for early ramp, 2Ks in a pinch, and you know, if you're light on big bodies, your 8 Croc, and then most importantly, the star of the deck at the end of this will be Okama Way.
Okay, great. So searches half the deck.
Yeah. And also it's on trigger and it can search itself. So it's very useful. There's many times where I've gone just you know on 10 Dawn just. Play a crocodile, you know, go 8, play this for 2, and just grab another one for the next turn. Just like keep on keeping on. All right, and then so our next card is Hiyori. So we're going into the 2Ks right now.
Yep.
So I'm just going to kind of just flash these guys for a little bit. So because these guys don't really need a lot of explanation here.
Yeah.
We got Beiji, you know, yellow staple.
Correct.
It does what it do. It stops attacks. It helps win games. And then Hiyori, this is kind of like a flex card I've been playing around with because I am only playing 2 Mr. 13s.
Yeah.
You know, some decks would just play 4 of, and honestly, I don't begrudge you for it. I've just been testing this card out. It actually plays pretty well with the 0 cost event. It's really nice to just play 8 Croc, then play Hiyori, go to that, and then you're like, all right,
you
come
can
at
never
me.
lose.
Yeah. And then and also like if you want to go like even double walls, like you know, you put a Kikinojo into your life or something, or you know, and then you're like, okay, well, I have Okama Way and that now, and this, and it's like, So it helps you cheat on the cost.
Do you think like, you miss any? I mean, you just have these for additional searching with
literally just
Sunday,
additional
right?
searching. Yeah, so. I've tried 4 Hiyori and like I've missed 2Ks or missed, and I'm like, nah, I'm good.
So a mix.
And this card isn't like absolutely necessary, but it's been useful for me.
Okay.
So that's those 2Ks, and then here's one of the goats for the deck. You know. Double Finger, you know, you flip her in life early. Oh my gosh, helps you ramp. You know, and is a 2K. It's this card's amazing for the deck. It's searchable. No, nothing really to talk about there. Now we're going to get in kind of into the mid game plays, and this is where like the deck like really kind of comes into its own and really allows it to kind of like stand out. And that's going to be 4 Miss Wednesdays.
Oh, nice.
So this card is this card's gonna be so gas in 07 when Sokka's gone and Great Eruption's gone.
Yeah.
Because now if they want to, the only way that this card is gone and stops you from getting stopped from ramped is Red Purple Law, and you make them have to have Gordon or Hymax in hand.
Yeah.
And even then you're making them lose a card for it. So it's like it's not bad, but it's not great. But against every other deck though that has to attack into this, you are always getting guaranteed ramp minimum one time.
Exactly. I feel like a lot of people, they end up like getting confused. They just don't swing if you place this on first thing, which is actually even more defensive. But what would you say to that if like someone just doesn't swing if they on curve?
Oh, that's great, man. I'm down. I'm down. It's like I lose less cards in hand. Like you're gonna attack me anyway because like I take my life pretty aggressively. So.
Okay, great. Awesome ramp.
Yeah, it's amazing. One of the key pieces of the deck, like honestly, like if this and the next card didn't exist, wouldn't be playing it. So our next mid game play that is just gas is the Bond Clays. It's nothing much to be said here. This is a purple staple. It's like. Some matchups where like in the few matchups that that do exist, like Sakazuki and Red Purple Law, you actually kind of really want this card. Even though they're going to get rid of it, you have to get the guaranteed ramp because being able to play like 7 and 8 drops like on turn 3, turn 4 is huge and is really kind of the name of the game.
Yeah. Tempo builder.
Yes.
So
yes, and then also just going like on 4 Dawn, playing this. Attacking for 6. I'm pretty much just chunking 2Ks out of their hand all the time, especially against like Moria and Sakazuki, who like most Sakas are running like 8 2Ks nowadays or something. You just make them have it, make them burn them through, and then Morias they sometimes just get too greedy. So
flexible card.
Yeah, great card. This is more of a pet card. This is my Miss All Sundays. Pretty much I ran this for I'm no Hyper Geo nerd, so I don't know the odds. But I run this card because I want to guarantee ramp as soon as possible. So with a combination of these and these, I pretty much want to make sure I have at least one of these cards in my opening hand.
And it's great with your combos and your curve.
Yep.
So
it flips on trigger.
Comes out of life. Like that's insane. Like that will probably it's cracked actually.
Yeah, I love this card. It's my favorite card in the game. Robin's the GOAT. And now our next mid game play, who is they are amazing. Kikunojo. For the folks at home, if you don't know, this is going to combo with the last card we're going to go over in the deck, Okama Way, and is one of the main reasons to play this deck and gives you like a hard control. One thing that a lot of people do is they tunnel vision on the combo.
Yeah, sure.
And they're like, there's a 6K or 7K attack coming my way. I'm just going to use it and get in the life right away. No, don't do that. Don't do that. This is a free attacker. They're never going to attack into this because they don't want to give you the life. You just keep 7ing them every time. And you're just taking pressure, making them give me 2 cards, give me 2 cards, give me a body. I don't care. And then at the end when there's
they have
absolutely
to go for game.
They have to go for game. Like they're like, all right, I have to make you have it. And I'm like, turns out I do.
Yeah.
And then you gain a life, and then
we'll go over that combo in just a moment. So with that, the next card is
7 Mom, 2 7s. She's great. Honestly, so when you're forced to go second, in a lot of my matchups, actually, I have to go first. But going second, you play one piece of ramp. You get to do this on 7 Dawn on turn 3, and you're just chilling. Against the black decks who are just like they're either gonna they're put in a bad position. They don't have a lot of 2Ks, so they're more inclined to give you the life, which is like what I've seen pretty much in every game. Like
they'll give you life.
They never trash, and then I just keep pressuring them and everything, and just great card. And then also Katakuri. So this card is I'm a little mixed on it. It's been great. It's another big body. It's great. I'm actually considering I'm moving over to 4 Linlin or 3 or like either 3 and cutting this for something else.
DC is like a backup Croc almost in a way.
Right. Yeah. It's like it's removal, which is something we don't. And that's part of why it's still pretty much always there in the deck. Is like it's a form of removal that this deck just doesn't have. I know a lot of people online, they like to play. They're playing like Ragnarok and Kings and some other cards like that. But like want all of my removal, like for in the case of Ragnarok, I want all of my removal to actually progress my board state.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm playing not to lose.
If you lose board, then you can't check your opponent's board.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah. But yeah, it's still a great card, and also like if your meta has green, you need this.
Yeah.
Because you gotta be able to deal with the 8-cost kids and stuff, and yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good card. And then here's the man himself. Crocodile. Card's great. -2 Dawn, gain a life. Combos super well with all the 2-drops and everything. Allows you to go if you're playing against a deck that can't remove this before attacking, which is like literally almost every deck but Sokka. This card allows you to just completely tap out on Dawn and just go aggressive with your plays, because then you can just minus Dawn and start getting your events live. Cool. In addition, the draw one discard one is excellent because people always say, oh, this deck's so inconsistent and everything because you're full of no counter, you're full of fat bodies.
Yeah.
Getting this out early, if you can manage it and not get stuck at 8 Dawn every turn, this card is great because you just get to filter your hand out.
It's the reason why you're playing the deck in the first place.
Yep.
You wouldn't. And we all know how good cycle is. In these decks.
Drawing is good.
Yep.
Yeah, drawing is good. Cycling is good.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
And then we got the lady. We got the Yamato, 9-cost Yamato. So card's awesome.
It's kind of a broken card.
Yeah.
Mel uses it, so why not?
I go pretty aggressive. I take my life super early.
You get a huge hand. Play Yamatos.
Yeah, I've got no problem with this card. I love it at 4. I could see it going down to 3 potentially if there's like some cool cards, but this card is just
it does everything.
Yeah. If I'm going second, I get to 9 Dawn. Like this is just such a great card to slam.
It's free.
Yeah,
it's actually because that card exists in the first place. People actually think about keeping you at 2 life instead of 1. So
no, it's happened.
Also additional thing.
It's happened a lot, and it's been honestly it works out because I'm like, okay, well they think I'm going to play Yamato. Like, all right, well I play Croc or I play Katakuri or I play 7 Mom.
Exactly.
And it's good. So. Yeah, not much to say about Yamato. And then we're into the events. So here are my cards. Here's Blast Breath. So I don't know why a lot of people don't play this card anymore. I love Blast Breath. The way I see it. It's a free. It's Rad Beam that's free.
Right.
Yeah.
That you can do it 2 times. Cards gas.
Yeah.
People don't play around it.
Well, it synergizes with the leader really well. So
Yes,
it makes sense. It's better than any other deck.
Absolutely.
Actually.
Yes. It is literally. Yes. But no, I just see a lot of purple yellow Croc decks not playing this. It's a little bit. It's a little weird to me. But before Okamawe and before EB01. I ran 4 of this, no questions asked. The car was amazing, but then we got another better 1-cost event, and
okay.
Yeah, which.
Can't wait to find out.
But before we get into that, we have the 0-cost event. This card's been great. It helps alleviate the issues of having so many non-counter cards.
Bricks,
plays really well with Fiori.
Yep.
And then of course maybe the term Casino Croc might be a thing. Because he owns the rain.
Any yellow deck.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then our final card, Okamawe. So here's the card. This card's amazing. I would say most of my games were won because of this card.
Yeah. I can see the deck without it now.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's broken. On trigger, you draw 2 cards. So if I have one or 2 in hand already, I'm down just to get more counter power, get more stuff, whatever. This card is the reason you play this deck.
And it synergizes with Kikunojo. I mean, you can have it kill. You can have him swing it to your big guy if you really don't care.
Yeah, the combo with Kikunojo is insane. So
and there really isn't a way to play around this. They have to they have to have some sort of Hody Jones just rest your Dawn, but that's basically it.
Yep. That's really the only way. It does so much. It makes that so. If you have 0 life and someone comes at you with this changes them from having to kill you in 1 attack to 2 attack to 2.
Yeah.
No, it's actually 3 attacks.
Yeah.
So you
it's like
negate the
3 or 4.
It's
equivalent 3 or 4 attacks.
Yeah. So if you have 0 life and they attack you for let's say just however much, you do a combo, so you negate that 1 attack, you gain a life.
Yeah, that attack again.
So now they have to do 3 full attacks to kill you.
Yeah, it's better than an L.
Yes.
Actually.
Yes.
So.
It is insane. And the thing is that you gain what if you get a trigger in your life?
Yeah.
What if it's like a beige?
Exactly.
What if it's a zero draw? What if it's a zero cost?
What if it's another come my way? You know.
Yeah. What if it's another Kikinojo and you just so happen to have the Okama way?
Yeah.
Yeah. What if you just have it all?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it is the reason you play this deck.
Yep.
I won most of my matches because of this card.
Yeah. I mean, I can't see really trying to win the game without seeing it.
Yeah.
But you have so much searchability, and the thing is, you know, thinking about it, like this deck, it only has 4 blockers outside of this, right?
Yeah, that would be right, yeah.
So this makes anything. So it's really 8 blockers when you think about it. So
yeah, that's a
I
good
think
way to
it's
think
above
about it.
average, you know, when you think about it, and deals with. I think it deals with tall buildings like Black Yellow Luffy, which is going to be sure staple meta going forward.
I actually really like my Black Yellow Luffy matchup. I don't really have a problem with it.
It's going to be very popular in OPO7.
Yes.
I could even see this going into that.
Yeah,
so.
I actually think this deck will do pretty well in 07 because of one Great Eruption's gone. Sakazuki is one of my not good matchups because of just everything getting bottom decked is super bad. But now, who's bottom decking me?
Yeah.
Everything's got to get killed.
Let's go over to a little bit of gameplay if we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without going to just in general.
Yeah.
Do you prefer to go first or second?
So it depends on the matchup. For black, honestly, first.
Okay.
So the reason is honestly, pressure. Just all I'm doing, I ignore board 90% of the time. I just go life. Whenever I can. They don't have pretty much the sooner I can get them down to 3, obviously Kikinojo becomes online. But also they just don't run a lot of 2Ks. You just got to, and the thing is just overwhelming them and just forcing them to have your Ice Ages. You don't have Ice Ages, well, tough luck, chump.
Exactly.
But
other than black, second?
Second, so let me see what matchups I like to go. Yellow, I do like second on.
Whitebeard.
Whitebeard, honestly, second's fine. I like second.
Second's fine.
Yeah.
Is it really ever a bad spot? Like if you go first against certain decks, you're probably going to have a hard time.
Not really.
So it doesn't really matter too much, but just in general.
Yeah, I would say my worst matchups are probably Perona and probably Sokka. Yeah. I used to think that I got washed by Moria, but honestly, after today or this event, I don't think so.
Good, yeah. Do you remember any of your specific matchups? And you had 10 rounds. You went 8-2.
Yeah, I played a Sea of Black.
A Sea of Black. Oh,
yeah, so I played against 4 Morias.
Yeah.
3 Sakazukis.
Yeah.
Let me see. Red Purple Law, Enel, Perona. And Red Purple Luffy.
Yeah, and what was your 2 losses in Swiss?
Perona and Moria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my Moria was it was an awful mulligan. Pretty much just opened up with I mulliganed into 2Ks and 4 9-drops.
Yeah.
No ramp, no way to do anything.
And then how was you're in top 32, so congratulations on that. You're in Nationals now.
Appreciate it.
With that, what happened in your top 32 game? Best of 3, right?
I played against the Sakazuki player. This guy actually plays Purple Yellow Croc, so he knew the matchup.
Yeah.
And I would say that's definitely an edge I had. Is that a lot of people didn't know the matchup. But the thing is, so this guy,
these are rogue decks here.
So he played Stage Sokka.
Nobody reads cards.
I kind of went in thinking, what, maybe I'll do all right against it because he's not running any Ice Ages, and it's if I can get early ramp, I'm good. The problem is, turns out 6 cards at bottom deck, your board that needs attacks is kind of hard.
Yeah.
So so I had a rough time against that. I literally every turn got Murakumo'd or Houndblaze, and just that's just the way she goes.
You weren't allowed to play the game. That's just what Sakazuki does, right? You're not allowed to play the game.
Yeah, I was pretty much playing 8. I was literally just paying 8 Dawn, gain 1 life, 9 Dawn, gain 1 life, and then just praying. But that is what it is. It was a good time. So
great, yeah.
With the next set coming out of the OPO7, do you think you're going to make any changes to this list for the upcoming meta?
So 10 Ace is a consideration because that card's going to be pretty sweet.
What would you take out for 10 Ace?
I might, maybe go down a single copy of Yamato, and maybe I might. We're going to play around with the numbers because Bonnie's going to start seeing more play. So Katakuri gets more important. But we may just have to kind of take the L against Bonnie if they're playing Zoro, because we just
there's no way for you to deal with it.
Yeah. Pro tip: if you're a green player playing 9 Zoro against this deck, you will clear this deck easy. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
And but if you're playing like the 8-cost kit version, you know, Katakuri does well and everything, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the only thing I could think of, which you wouldn't play in this, is Raigo.
Yeah.
But it is a thought.
It is a thought.
It's not. It's a funny thought.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that isn't. Yeah, Zoro's broken.
Yeah, but you know, we take those. I mean, and in 07, yeah, I would say 10 Ace is worth considering. You know, there's a lot of people who are playing like Kings. Started at King to help combat Red Purple Law.
Okay.
Which is, you know, it's on 6 Dawn. It's a pretty good tempo play, and also being a 7K stat line is kind of a key factor. Yeah, very, very relevant, because that means they have to burn 2 high maxes or 2 Gordons or whatever just to clear it. Yeah. So it's like, it's a huge tempo, it's a huge card advantage loss and all that just to get rid of it. So most of the time it's staying there. So yeah, I mean, you know, there's definitely some considerations for 07. But yeah.
Well, congratulations to Wedge Antilles. Where are you from?
I'm from Santa Cruz, California.
Santa Cruz, nice. Yeah. I love that area.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful bay.
Great. Will you see any other tournaments soon? You have anything signed up for at all?
No, I'm not signing up for anything, but if there's any more events in California, I'm down.
Yeah, there's one in August. Did you not sign up for that one yet?
I'm gonna have to.
Oh, you may have to get into the wait list.
Oh, no.
All right.
No. I'll try.
Yeah.
You got to represent Lakers.
You'll be there.
Especially if it's 07. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, big. You're going to get a lot of people asking you a lot of questions, especially for Mesquite coming up.
Yep.
Because no Sokka, no Great Eruption, so you might see this deck popping up quite a bit.
That's gonna be sick. I'm looking forward to seeing. Hopefully, someone else can take this deck further than me.
Sure. It's great. Well, any shout-outs for you?
Not really. I mean, shout-outs to my Santa Cruz crew, my homies over at Sword and Board, and everyone that supported me. Really appreciate it. This was awesome. It was a great time.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
we'll see you more in the future.
Thanks for that. And make sure you guys like, subscribe, and
do that,
leave a comment in the comment section.
Hit the
See
doots.
you in the next one. Ciao.